As we're building out project schedules, we're doing this with one goal in mind, to understand how long it's going to take to complete a project. How do we do that? Some of the apparent and obvious steps is we need to understand the scope of work, and we need to turn that into deliverables and then turn that into tasks that then need to be completed. However, there's a step that can often be left out that if we do incorporate it as a part of building our project schedule, then it will help us be more effective and efficient in this process. And that step is to identify the relationships between these tasks. But before we go further into this concept, my name is Alexis. I have over 10 years experience in project management and agile delivery. And so when we think about task relationships, there are 4 different types. The most common one is going to be the finish to start relationship, and that's wherein a task needs to be completed before another task can start. And so we use the mechanism of understanding task relationships because as a part of that goal to understand how long it's going to take to complete a project, in general, the sooner that we can complete a project, the better. Now, we want to keep quality in mind, so we don't want to skip a bunch of steps or have everything run in parallel. That can introduce a lot of risk. But when we have a conversation of understanding critically what tasks need to be completed in sequence versus what tasks can be done in parallel versus what tasks can be finished together, that's going to give us a better idea of what needs to happen as a part of our project. And when we run into delays, for instance, that's going to help us have a better understanding of how those delays may or may not have downstream effects. If I know that I have a task that is delayed and there's another task that's dependent on it that cannot start until that task finishes, then I know that there's going to be a delay to the start of that subsequent task. However, if I have tasks that are running in parallel, for instance, that can start at the same time, well, then maybe there's not going to be any impact there. So gaining an understanding of what those task relationships are and why those task relationships exist is going to help us to better understand and to communicate the timing around the project. So if you want to dive further into project management, you can follow me. You can also book me for one-on-one coaching, or you can also sign up for my Introduction to Project Management course. Both of those last 2 options are available in the link in my profile.